What's up? We are live. I want to say thank you to the producers. Oh, I am here. I was on Clubhouse, not really on Clubhouse, and I was getting pinged to be in that room. So we're going to be talking about Kevin Civil, and we're going to be talking about all of that Clubhouse madness in this live. We're going to talk about Nicki Minaj, and we're going to be talking about none other than um, who else do we have in the title today? Ti and Tiny. Now let us first talk about Ti and Tiny. Give me a second. Now Ti and Tiny was in the media and they were accused of raping women, and they lost a show, they lost deals, and this is why it's so important to not rush on a story. I came out publicly and I said that Ti and Tiny is innocent. They didn't do anything wrong. I feel like a lot of those women that were coming out, they were lying on them. But the LAPD and they came out and said they're not going to file any charges due to the fact that the statute of limitation have passed. So this is something great for Ti and Tiny when it comes to this. I am not shocked at all. I was looking on all social media and I was like, well, this is something where Ti and Tiny should get their show back. Now, you don't hear nobody talking about bringing back their show. Uh, Not a no one is saying bring back the show. The show should come back on. Not absolutely not a soul came out and said, hey, let's bring back the show. Now, one particular person from their show came out and said, hey, well, since the charges are gone, let's go ahead on and let's talk about their situation. Not one particular person from the production of the show had came out. I emailed the show that Ti and Tiny Family Hustle, emailed them, and I was like, so where do y'all stand? Because it came out that Ti and Tiny is innocent. So why haven't y'all came out with the show? Like, why haven't y'all give them their show back? Because it came out that they are innocent. So none of that. Um, Nobody have came out and put it out there that it was innocent. Give me 1 second. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, hold on 1 second. Can y'all still hear me? I want to make sure that y'all can still hear me. Give me 1 second. All right, hold on, because it's not showing. Give me 1 second. Y'all, if y'all can still hear me, let me know. Give me a second. All right, so we back. I don't know what in the world is going on here. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second here. All right. All right, we good. We good? Okay, y'all can see me. All right. So when are they going to bring back the show? And this is where whatever charges come out, and I know I'm going to get people to call in and speak about R. Kelly, but this is totally different than R. Kelly. He is serious allegations and witnesses against him and all. I'm talking about they had got a show taken away from them. They lost some endorsement deals. And I'm like, when is those endorsement deals going to come back? That is where I'm at. When is them endorsement deals? When we're speaking about this, when is all of that going to come back for Ti and Tiny? I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. They are now been proven to be innocent. So everything that they lost, when are we going to get all of that back? I'm just what everybody has said. Oh, they guilty. They need to be canceled. They lose the show. When they gonna get that back? Because saying all of these things and doing all these things for that particular show, it should just come back. In my humble opinion, the charges came that they are innocent, that they need to get their show back. Any money that was lost, they need to come back. You clearly get to see that Sabrina girl that came out with all these lies. You don't see none of her saying a word now. Now that it came out that they can't, no charges can come out and that they're innocent in this regard. Now you don't see nothing of them being brought out. And I'm just being humble on this. This was innocent, that they came out and it was innocent. And like, where is their show? All right. That's where I want to come in. Where is their show? Why haven't their show come back? And on this particular channel, I even take my time when I'm speaking on these cases. I always try to do my own research before I come out and make a statement, because I will not allow someone to make something and say so without me doing my own research. That's why I want to automatically do my research, and I will come out and do it before I make any assumptions of anything. I will make sure that I need to do the proper research when it comes to this T.I. and Tiny. And that is exactly what I did. I did the research. I knew that no one from that particular case, that they were definitely telling the truth. And I said, hey, I'm not going to say anything negative about them. I knew that they are very freaky in bed, but as they are taking advantage of these women and bringing them back to their hotel room, absolutely not. I don't believe it at all. Didn't believe it for a second. And soon as now that they came out, now one particular person came out and said, "Hey, let's give them back their show." Most of those women T.I. don't have to put handcuffs on them to make them come out and tell the truth, to force them to do something. Give me a second. T.I. do not have to put them in bondage in a basement for them to make love. T.I. can get any woman in the world and they will throw themselves at him. He don't have to force a woman inside of a room for them to make love. But nobody, when it came out, when it came out to this, and now that they're innocent, why haven't the media put this on the front page paper of the Tribune, the New York Times, the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Ball Alert, the Neighborhood Talk? Why haven't that been put out public? None of that have been put out public. No charges have been brought up on them. They are innocent. And you don't see nobody putting it out there to the public that these people is innocent. And this is why I am going to leave T.I. a voice note right quick. Give me a second. I'm going to leave him a voice note. Give me one quick second. I'm definitely going to leave T.I. in a voice note. Okay, give me a second. I don't know if I'm able to leave him a voice note. Give me a second. Can I leave him a voice note? Okay. Going to the DM. I'm going to leave him a voice note. Hey, brother, this is Wiley from the Wiley Show. I've always said that you and your wife is innocent. And I would hope that you get your show back. You are an innocent black man, and you should come out and parade that publicly. And I hope that everything that you lost, that you get it back 100-fold. And I've also been standing in the corner of you and your wife. And I would love for you, T.I., let me not say this because I don't want nobody to listen to our conversation. I would love for you to come on my show and we talk about everything that you want to talk about. So if you free, I would love you to come on to the Wiley Show. That's the Wiley Show, WILEY Show, SHOW. Thank you, brother, and you have a nice day. Peace. So I left him a voice note. See, I'm not going to just say, oh, cancel, and I'm talking to all the people from Time's Up, and I was having all type of conversations with people across the country. Not one particular person came out, and from those Time Up, Me Too, and all of this, said, hey, they're innocent. Now, one particular person came out and said that we're going to have a conversation. Now, one particular person, I'm like, why in the world are we sitting here and having these conversations and not one particular person are willing to talk? Now, one particular person are willing to leave it and be innocent. This is innocent right here. I had to say it. Okay? And I'm being 100% serious. This ain't no trolling. This me being 100% serious. Because I'm tired of people coming out of black folks and accusing them of things that is not true. Then when it come out that they're innocent, the same black people that say 1, 2, 3, they need to be canceled, they don't want to come out and put it on the forefront that they're innocent. when it's time to throw this couple under the bus and say that they're guilty, nobody is willing to come out and say, well, it came out that they're innocent. I'm going to come out and say, you know what? I apologize. Everybody that came out and said that T.I. and Tiny is guilty should come out with a public apology. Not one particular person I've seen that was yelling and screaming that they were guilty came out and say, you know what, T.I., I apologize for that. Where is this Sabrina lady that came out with all these vicious lies? She should be the one under investigation. And I'm just being 100% real here. Why is it that they're not coming out and singing their praises and saying that they apologize for putting them under the bus? Shout out to T.I. and Tiny. Okay, let's go. We're gonna move on to the next topic. I just really had to come out and say that. I know y'all mad and pressed in the bushes, and you're mad and pressed about it. But just while we have a phone line, we will definitely open up the phone line and allow you to call in. I don't care if you cuss me out, you try to drag me or whatever, but you won't overtalk me and stuff like that. And then, that's why we have a line and for you to speak on it. Okay, but they're innocent, and that's why I'm so glad that I said today to my producers, I said, listen, I'm going live on the show and I'm going to celebrate this couple of being innocent, because so many people, they put the energy when they're guilty, and when they say, well, this person is guilty, this person needs to be counseled, and they celebrate that. But when it come out that they did do nothing wrong, they're not willing. They're not willing to use that same energy to say, bruh, I'm sorry, you was innocent all along. Like, let's have that same energy. And they're deserving of that. T.I. and Tiny is definitely deserving of that. And I'll be 100% real on that. And I'm just keeping it real. And my opinion is facts. All right, we're going to get into Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, I think that she have said a lot of lies. And of course, me being a researcher, I was sitting home at my computer and I was doing some in-depth research about this whole swollen testicles, swollen balls. I was really doing research. I was listening to Dr. Fauci. She said that he even said that she lied. I was in a different article, different health organization articles, the World Health Organization, the CDC, and there's that it was a complete lie of what she said. And clearly, her saying these lies about it was just a distraction, because shout out to one of the blessed blogs I follow on a daily basis, and that blog is Official Ken Barbie, or that I follow on a daily basis, and it talks about how they were served with some documents, and you can even go on Pacer and see that they were definitely served with the documents on Pacer, and that they were served on that particular day. The day that they were served, then she come out and say, my cousin friend had swollen testicles, and she just really got into the media. And then she said, I'm going to leave Twitter. And then she even lied on Twitter and said that Twitter deleted her Twitter, that she couldn't tweet. That was another lie. She was able to tweet. So it was a lot of things that she was saying just wasn't truthful, but that happened on the eve of them getting a knock on the door, her getting served, and her husband getting served for harassing Jennifer. So I'm just putting this all out there because a lot of people do not want to hear the truth. They do not want to hear facts. When it comes to this, we're definitely going to be factual when it comes to all of this stuff. When it comes to this conversation, I just feel like she lied, and I checked a lot of sources that clearly that she came out and lied. Now, another person, Tank, he decided to say, is y'all going to apologize? Because he just found some weird article that's not really credible. And they said something about the swollen testicles. And I said, hey, this is coming from a man that can't hardly hear. He said he have hearing problems. Clearly, he must not be able to hear clearly, with this particular case, he's coming out and trying to kiss Nicki ass. He want a record with Nicki, and all this type of thing. Or he probably want to smash Nicki. Who knows? So he's gonna come out. He's gonna try to defend. He's the only celebrity that is trying to come out really to defend Nicki Minaj. But clearly, as you can see, can't really hear like they have hearing problems, or he say he's go halfway going deaf. You clearly he may be going blind too, because he's coming out here with some bull. And that with that, and I'm definitely gonna call that bull ish out on this show. And he's the only one that's gonna come out and try to defend it, because he probably want to smash her, uh, or he probably want to do a record with her. But I'm the type of person that's going to come out here and say that he's a bunch of bull, and we definitely going to call it out, and we just going to have this conversation. Now, when he said that, I immediately went on the link of what he was talking about. This was not a credible source. All credible outlets, Dr. Fauci and the CDC medical profession, said this is not the swollen balls. It's not consistent of a vaccine shot. It's because maybe you have an STI, maybe or something of magnitude, but that's not the case of a vaccine shot. It's really safe. You even checked that um would it affect a man of to be able to still be fertile and have children, and to be able to get a woman pregnant? Yes, it is safe. It do not affect men from getting women pregnant. Men are getting women pregnant with the vaccine. So all of this stuff uh, coming out, and it's just so public. And again, Nikki just did all of this to distract us from her husband and his whole ordeal, what he did to that innocent black girl. And that is something that she want us to be definitely uh erased from talking about the husband. And that's why on this show we will always stand up for the victims. That's a fact. That's one thing about this show. We're going to stand up for the victims. And I'm just keeping that 100% real on that. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. I know people ain't going to try to like or what we're saying or what we're talking about, but we definitely going to keep it real when we stand it up for the victims. And I'm just definitely keeping it all the way real. All right. So let's also we're gonna get into Karen Civil. This chick, they're saying that she is a thief. And a man, let me make sure, let me get my notes, shout, because this was a lot of notes that I was trying to take it in this room. I was pinged in this room all on social media. I was pinged. So give me a second. And I want to make sure I have all my notes together from this. So it's Joe, is it Joyner Lucas? Joyner Lucas said this, that he got scammed from Karen Civil. She said this: my son was on the way, and you stole 60K from me before I got in the game. At Karen Civil. I hired you as a consultant, and below attached was a memo you sent me. I was desperate for help, and you knew that. After you were paid, you went ghost and didn't expect me to pop. Here I am. After you got the money, um, after you got the money paid up front, you stopped answering my phone calls. Every time I hit you up, um, you answered the phone, okay, with an attitude like I was messing up your day. I sent you hella messages pleading with you to do your job because my back was against the wall. You took advantage. At the time, I was afraid to speak up for myself because I wanted to get because I didn't want to get blackballed. I have no idea how this industry shit works, and I ain't want you to drag my name through the mud. So, out of fear, I stayed quiet until Mr. Cameron spoke up a few years ago on Twitter, and then I did. Let's spoke up. You had your people hit me directly, and you tried to threaten me, and then tried to make me write this fake ass apology and make myself look crazy to the public eye. See below attached is Karen Civil text back in 2018 to my business partner, Smile. So give me a second. I want to definitely, I'm definitely is Karen Civil. Give me a second. I want to definitely bring that up. of that. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm on Twitter. Okay. And so Kevin Sylvia, I believe she's like a manager, a consultant, and all of that good stuff. I want to definitely go to because I had I didn't screen record, but I want to play the part where he was speaking. Not that one. Give me a second. And also JC Lee came on too, but give me a second because she in the live admitted that she hacked Hollywood a lot. But let's listen to what he had to say. This is Joyner Lucas. Let's listen to the way he had to say on Clubhouse.
I needed you to come through, put your fucking arm around me the same way I seen you put your arm around Nip, and I had those conversations with you on the phone. Well, I said, yo, the same shit when you put your arm around Nip and all these different things you doing, I look up to that shit. That's what I need from you. That's what I want. That's what I'm paying for. And everything was cool. We on the same page. And now all of a sudden it's woo, woo, woo. I can't do this. I don't know what niggas expect from me. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what are you talking about, bro? And then you didn't answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hit you, you wasn't answering the phone. And now you want some, I try to have a conversation with you. Where the fuck was my conversation 7 years ago when I wanted to have one? When I'm in the fucking slums, in the back alley of my old fucking 132 Dewey Street apartment, bro. Where was my conversation when I was calling you and my son was about to be born and I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen? When you was on vacation and you told me, don't disturb me while I'm on my fucking vacation. Where was my conversation? I didn't get no fucking conversation, did I? So why the fuck do I want to hop on the phone with you and hear you out now? Now I got to hear you out for you to be like, hey, Joyner, what's the problem? Why you feel like this? Oh, now. So Joyner. So that's how I feel. You heard? That's how I feel. I'm not trying to be hype. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I got a lot of emotions from back then that's coming up. You feel me? And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just.
Let me ask you a question, Joyner. How would you want Karen to correct the situation with you and her? How would you want it done?
No, I want to. Can I answer that first before he answers this?
Yes.
Can I answer? Can I? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Who is that?
This is Keita.
Keita. Okay. Cool. Let me answer this first, Joyner. I'm talking to you in neutral tones. So I get what you're saying, the disrespect of everybody else. Let's not do that to one another.
Nah, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying my voice is only. It's not to be disrespectful. To like I'm yelling at you. I just have a lot of passion on what I'm saying. And then I don't want you to take it like that. It's not to that. You feel me? So
I got that. So I'm gonna say this to answer your questions and to answer what you just said. I had conversations with. Does Sean still work with you?
So you heard him really going off on Karen Civil, and it was all about an alleged of $60,000 that he gave to her to help with radio or whatever. And apparently he did not get what he wanted out of the contract. Then I was listening to Whack 100. He was like, this the game. It's his manager's fault. Why haven't his manager did a better job with this? The manager must got like a deal on the back door. Karen, this the industry. Get over it. Pretty much to get over it. And I'm like, where evidence? Now, of course, she gave an exclusive statement to the Shade Room. And I want to read that. Give me a sec. Because she gave an exclusive statement to them denying that she stole from him. So give me a second. Okay. So this is what Karen said has since provided an exclusive statement to the Shade Room in response to Jonah's accusations. She denies that she stole money from him, saying that all parties contracted on his behalf were paid using the budget. Karen also said both she and Joyner spoke with Charlemagne this morning. She alleged that they were to agree to speak via phone, but Joyner chose social media instead. So this is all on social media. I've never, ever, ever heard of Lucas. I've never heard of a Joyner Lucas, never heard his music. I had to go and hear some of his music. I'm not really a fan of the music at all. I don't even know how the man became famous. So many of you all do not know who Karen Civil is. So let me see if I can pull a picture up of her. Give me a second. This is Karen Civil. She is a marketing person in the business. And she's very well known. She was one of the ones that helped Tasha unwind with Tasha K, get verified on Instagram. And she also had a beef with Jesse Wu. They're in a lawsuit right now. She is in a lawsuit with Jesse Wu, and Jesse Wu definitely came out and spoke about that lawsuit. If you do not know how Mr. Lucas look, I'm gonna give a picture up and bring up his photo really quickly. Here we go, and that is how brother Jonah Lucas look. He is a rapper. So all of this stuff was going on, and I was reading, and many people were saying that she stole from a lot of artists. That's what I'm seeing word on the street. And this is typical Karen Civil mismanagement of funds. When I was in the clubhouse, they said allegedly that she even stole from Fetty Wap. You know, she even stole from Fetty Wap's stole from him. So that this is all alleged, well, word on the street of what I heard. So I didn't really look into all the details of it. I just saw like a glimpse of a contract. So I don't know to believe that she stole from her or not. I really can't. It's like really is Lucas' word versus her word. I do believe that he was very green coming into business, not knowing the logistics of the business. And when you become the first when you become an artist and you have a manager, you pay somebody to help you get radio play, and not everybody heart is good. People would take the money and run with it. So I don't know if she stole from him, because I can't say that I didn't see any evidence that she stole from him. What we do know is that, you know, the Lucas guy, Jonah Lucas, is coming out and he's pissed. So whatever happened really got him pissed. To resolve this, they should go to court. I honestly believe that this should go to court and to resolve this. Now, Karen, if you stole from him, pay the man back his money, because clearly he was upset that his money is gone. I'm gonna just be clear with you. If you stole from him and took some money from him, give him back his coins. Because people were saying, well, he need to get over $60,000. That ain't no money. That's money to people. I don't care if the man got money now, if he got mansions now. You would never forget what a person did with you in a business. And he want to speak up now and have this conversation. On Karen also deleted, blocked him on social media. Then he put it this. He said this on his Twitter. He said, "What did you do? Show me. Help me understand. You went on vacation." He wrote, and I'm all. Let me read up. Give me 1 second. He said, "Execute what? What did you execute?" All work done on his behalf was filed for full transparency. What work was done? What did you do? Show me. Help me understand. You went on vacation. So all this stuff is being said. Okay. So I'm gonna read this. This is what the neighbor of talk wrote. It said, it's easy to make broad statements when this is a statement from Karen Civil. She said it's easy to make broad statements when you weren't familiar with the back end of business. Subcontractors were paid, including agency PR, local reps, all parties contracted out on your behalf to execute were paid from the budget allocated. His manager called me to rectify the situation after Jonah made his first claims, in which I said I can happily discuss after a public apology was made, since he used the same platform to lie about money taken from him. I recorded the call just for future circumstances like this. Unfortunately, he's now utilizing the moment to amplify and create a social media momentum around himself again. He and I both had separate conversations with Charlemagne this morning when he passed on his phone number so we can have a discussion directly. But instead, he took to social media. Nothing was stolen or taken from him. Unfortunately, certain artists are under the impression they have 24/7 access to you. All work done on his behalf was filled for full transparency. Subcontractor invoices were made and sent to management. Sean McDonald of Dead Silence CEO, which we also kept records for. So all of this is coming up. People ain't really believing Karen Civil at all. They think that she's a liar. Um, all this, she did come out and this was some tea. When I heard this, I'm like, really? You admitted this? She said, yeah, I did hire hackers to hack into Hollywood Unlocked to take down Hollywood Unlocked. She admitted of committing a federal crime. So I listen, and once I heard that, I said maybe she did steal from this Jonah Lucas guy, because she came out and she said he that she was the one that hacked hired hackers to hack Hollywood Unlocked. She said that on the page. So with all that being said, that kind of like threw out the woodwork of me trusting her or saying that she's innocent when she came out and she said all these type of things. So we're gonna open the phone lines and allow y'all to talk and speak on it. Really embarrassing that she said that, because that is one thing that Jason Lee said that she did, was she hired some hackers to hack his page to delete his page. So give me a second. I'm opening up the phone lines, and you all can call in, because I know we probably got a lot of people that want to speak on it, and we definitely going to open up these phone lines and allow y'all to speak. This is a lot of mess, and I will tell people you got to be very careful when you hire these managers, or you invest when you give somebody $60,000, because with that you could have did a lot of legwork yourself with that 60 racks versus giving that to Karen Civil. Now, if you didn't get what you think to deserve, that's one thing. But if you say she scammed you, she didn't do nothing, she just took the money and ran with it, Lucas definitely have to show more evidence to prove his claim, because he didn't show not one shred of a receipt. All I'm getting is him yelling and arguing, not yelling, but ranting on Twitter, and then he ranted on Clubhouse. He need to show me some statements or some receipts of her taking the money and running with it. So that's something that I didn't see him do at all, or post that at all. So give me a second when it comes to that. Top of the line, way in it. And I could believe that Jason Lee was very upset for her hacking his page, because that's his bread and butter for his machine, for his platform. For her to hack his account, that's some tea right there. Wow. I wouldn't even, if I did do something like that, I wouldn't admit that to the public.
Press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 28 seconds.
All right, 28 seconds. We're gonna be live on the air. 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447 is the number.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right, so let's go to the phone lines. 7234, you live on air.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yes, hi, Wiley. This is my second time calling in, so I'm pretty excited. One with the Karen Civil thing, I'll have to say, like, she's a marketing strategist, right? And so with that field, your reputation is everything. So you have a reputation of being a thief, and many people have come and said publicly that you have stolen for them, or like they're giving you money for a service and you didn't provide it. I mean, it's kind of like a given. Like, you have a reputation now, and so it's like, if anybody else going forward signs with her, at this point they're like idiots. Like, why would you sign with somebody who's supposed to be providing you with doing promotional work and stuff, and they're not able to, they have a reputation for not providing that service for other clients,
Right,
And
but my thing is this: she's a marketing strategist, right? So, but is there any proof that she scammed him? Because he didn't show any proof. Did you see any proof that he presented that she scammed him?
no, but I'm saying, as my reputation of being a strategist, right? Like, your reputation is everything. So it's like, if he, regardless if there's proof or not, it's like, it's your reputation as being in this field. You get what I'm saying? Like, 10 people ain't lying.
So you saying that he's not lying, that you believe that he is telling the truth.
I'm definitely believing him. Because, I mean, what's her name? Jessie Woo came out with complaints about her and everything. It's like, this is not the first time.
So I
This
want to
is
know what
that we've
is the
heard of her.
I want to speak about that. Speaking on that you brought that up about Jesse Wu. So what is the issue with Jesse Wu and Kevin Civil? What's the backstory on that?
I don't know the complete backstory, but I know that Jessie had said some things about her on Twitter, and Karen decided to sue her for it. And Karen had lied to her about doing like this promotional concert thing or whatever. And instead of going to do a job, Karen had served her papers. And of course, Jessie didn't have the money for legal team or legal services, and so like that kind of put her into a financial bind because it was like, I believe Karen Civil is Haitian, so they have like that Haitian American connection, and she thought that they were like sisters or whatever and working together, and whatever problems they were supposed to be working out. And instead, Karen sued her. So that's just a
Wow.
little bit of their backstory.
Well, I don't know why would someone people need to do their research on Kevin Civil or whomever to give someone
Exactly.
$60,000 if like your services was not rendered. That's a lot. Do you think that this will cancel Kevin Civil, that people will not give to her or hire her for any more future work?
I think she she has connections. So I think people are still going to be silly enough to hire her. I think when she started in the business, she she was a legitimate person. She had the um she has the she had the drive to want to work because I mean she got really put on when she was working with Lil Wayne. So after she got this like level of fame, then I think that's when her honesty and her work had went down. But I mean, people are still going to. I believe there are going to be some people who still hire her because some people believe that, like, oh, she did that to them. They're not going to. She's not going to do that to me.
Mm.
You get
Oh,
what I'm saying?
I'm here. I'm hearing you because I'm like really looking at this, and I'm definitely that have to be hurtful. Even though he have money now, I think that he's pissed that she scammed him, and I don't think that he ever was over the fact that this woman scammed him out of 60 racks, and he just give
He's
it.
definitely still hurt. I think it's even more so because I'm not sure, but the statute of limitations could be up as well. So he probably is never going to get that 60K back. You know?
Mm, mm,
So that could be it too. And then like Lucas, he's he's like in the business now. Before then, he couldn't complain about it before because he was just now getting in the business. So I think what happened was he took it as a lesson learned, and he decided to level up and grow instead of complaining about it. You know.
as I think
But I
now,
think
now
now,
he's in a position where he can't complain. He's putting it out there, and
yeah,
this actually can be a helpful tool for people that is in the business, that want to get into the business, and that want to
exactly.
do business with Cameron
So
Seven. Yeah, go ahead.
he's putting out that warning sign for new upcoming artists. So he's like, hey, this is what happened to me. Like, beware. And I think that's what he's kind of doing.
Mm. Someone said, Ernest Owens is a journalist. He said this. He said, but someone tell Karen Civil to stop taking content from journalists acting like she's at places she's not. Flexing is all, like, it's all from her. So someone is definitely saying a lot. They said legit every corner of Black Clubhouse is in Karen Civil's room. There's folks who have been scammed out of money for PR services, and now Jason Lee is on stage. I did not know all this was going on. I mean, it was a
She has a reputation now. I
wow,
mean, like everybody ain't lying. So
wow.
that's just my two cents on her. And with the T.I. and Tiny thing, the reason why the case in California got dropped, it wasn't because they were innocent. It was because of the statute of limitations. So we really don't know really what happened or what could have had the case been, but it was simply because of the statute of limitations. And I mean, this is also another lesson learned. Like, hey, if you've been a victim of anything, you need to speak up. You know.
Also, too, in Las Vegas, those charges was dropped as well. See, it wasn't just in LA. So I believe that they were innocent because I look at this entire situation and I feel as that now that it's gone, now there's no charges being brought up. Do you think that they should get their show back? Because they lost the show because of these allegations.
Yeah, I know. I think here's my take on it. I don't think all those people were victims. I think a lot of them were really participants. For the ones there were some stories where like there were some like girls who were underage and stuff like that. They could have been victims, and I mean, if they're underage, automatically they are. But based on some of the stories, like a lot of them, you can like read up on it, like you would like hear, especially the ones that Sabrina was sharing. Come on now, this is just a lie, and a lot of people are getting on the story for clout, and so that's what happens when you try to put your case or try to do a group case with other victims. Yours kind of get drowned out. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I think I think looking at these like the cases that have been dropped, a lot of the cases are going to be dropped in the future, but I don't think that doesn't mean that they were completely innocent. You know, there could have been some victims in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm. I personally believe that.
To their show,
oh yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Well, hello.
No, go ahead. Yeah, last you was gonna say about the show.
Yeah, in regards to their show, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to wait until time. They're going to wait for time to like dwindle out and stuff like that, and then they're going to resurface.
Yeah, because I feel like if there's no charges,
sorry, I can't hear you.
No, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
No, not really.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, I can.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I feel like they should get their show back. After all this is said, not a charge, have stuff, and I believe they need to get their show back. I don't think a person should lose for allegations that have not been proven. Now it came out, no charge will be brought. The statute of limitations have passed. Las Vegas dropped the charges, said it was no wrongdoing found in Las Vegas. So this is the case in my eyes where anything that they lost that they should regain. And I would love to see the final Family Hustle come back on the show. Press 1 if you think the show should come back, ladies and gentlemen. Press 2, you think they should just be canceled.
They're going to just wait for a time being. They're going to wait until things quiet down and dwindle down, and then they're going to resurface.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a whole new rebranding, all that kind of stuff.
And also, I want to say for back to Karen Civil, she should do an interview because I feel like the Clubhouse, a lot of them was like dragging her, but when she came on, they wasn't really dragging her. They didn't ask her no tough questions. What do you think about that? Were you in the room? Did you get the chance to listen?
No, I wasn't in the Clubhouse room, but I'm gonna wait for the tea and listen to what everybody else's opinion was that.
Okay, because I know they were streaming it too on YouTube. Because at first I couldn't get into the room because it was like 4 and they wouldn't let nobody in. But I kept clicking and it let me in.
Up my app and it wouldn't, yeah, and so that's why I was like I'm gonna have to wait until everybody else spilled the tea.
Yeah, because they were like still now they did a whole nother oh no, they still live over there at the Crenshaw district. They still live over there talking and they've been live forever. They probably gonna milk that, but now it then dropped only to like 1.1K in the chat watching that. So a lot of people, and there's another room talking about it with almost 900 folks. So a lot of people have been covering this. So again, I don't think that she's always going to have a reputation of this. I think it's still going to be somebody that's going to be vulnerable and that will still hire her to be on on her team to for her to do some PR for them. So someone's still going to be vulnerable, unfortunately, that she did this and she's a black woman. It's really sad. But he just need you okay. I know you brought up with the court thing that the statute of limitation probably passed for that, but I
Yes,
don't know.
I can't hear you.
Okay. I don't know about that with the case. So hopefully that they can go to court and that they can bring it for that and have that conversation. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. If anybody else want to call in, that is the number. Okay. Right. So she says she can hardly hear me. Is she still on? I don't know. So if anybody gonna call in, that is the number. So you can definitely call in and speak on it. I was there and they did talk about the people who didn't ask her the hard questions, right? And my thing is this: where were the hard questions? Like if she want to pull up in the room, best believe I'm going to ask her the hard questions. Most people were fanning out because they are fans. They didn't ask her the hard questions. I wasn't on the stage. I was trying to get on there, but they won't let nobody else on the stage. Like, why not ask the hard questions? If you want some type of justice or you want to try to get to the bottom of it, why not ask her the hard questions? I'm gonna see. Like, nobody asks her the hard questions. And who was that? Is that Marie girl? She was on there, and I'm like, okay, don't you owe like 50 Cent like thousands of dollars? Like for real, don't you owe people like thousands of dollars on your page? Like you were saying that, but like, don't you owe like 50 Cent like a lot? I think she owed like 50 Cent like $30,000, but she was on there. She was doing a lot of talking, and I was like, okay. All right. In my close, I really want to say this. Um, for anybody that have been scammed by Cameron Civil, if you want to share your story, you can email me at wileyshow@gmail.com because I would like to hear if you have been scammed by her to call in. That's or to email me at wileyshow@gmail. Let's talk about it on the show. Okay. They said, thanks for letting me chat with you. No problem, Miss James. Thank you uh for that. Yeah. All right. Thank you all so very much. Gotta go. This was lit. I'm gonna finish up some more homework assignments. I said, hey, I'm gonna come live. I'm gonna talk to y'all, have a conversation with y'all, and let's speak about it. And we will definitely see y'all in the next live. Thank you all so very much. If you all want to see longer shows, that means y'all have to call in to keep the conversation going. So we want to say shout out to the people that have called in, and we will see y'all in the next live. Peace. Who was that? Oh, okay. I thought that was Karen. I thought that was Karen sending me a message. Hold up. I thought that was Karen sending me a message. Oh, I do want to talk about this. Now, Tasha went live on her Instagram. Let me see. I think she deleted it, and I was gonna play it. When I tell you she was dragging Jason Lee, I'm like, what in the world? Why was she dragging? I said he must have said something about her in Clubhouse, and I wasn't even there. She must have said something about this man in Clubhouse because she was like dragging him all on Instagram. So I'm like, whatever it is, he must have said something about her on Clubhouse. That's it. I wasn't even there. So I would have to ask somebody that was definitely there. That must have been the case because I'm like, what in the world? Okay, okay. If y'all were in the room, y'all let me know because she was like dragging this man. So he must have said something about her on Clubhouse. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.